Google Stadia versus GeForce NOW. If you ask me, these are the best-in-class cloud gaming solutions out there, and they're the only ones that can currently stream to PC and Mac at both 4K 60fps. For today's video, we're going to be comparing both solutions running at their very best in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. But before we begin, I want to put a big disclaimer here. The purpose of this video is not to tell you that one is better than the other. It should be common knowledge that Nvidia's 3080 tier definitely sports better hardware than the Stadia server blade, hence it's gonna look better. If you're only here for that answer, well, there you go. And before any Stadia fans get upset about me saying that, yes, there's a price tag attached to that. The 3080 tier is more expensive than Stadia Pro. And that's where the purpose of this video truly lies, to help you decide whether or not that price is justified. At the end of the day, everyone has their own needs and everyone should be making their own decision on where they decide to play. I'm just here to showcase the difference and let you decide what works best for you. So let's get right to it and begin with the Stadia version. And the truth is that the game looks pretty good. You can tell that it's not running at a native 4K, there is some blur to the objects in the distance in the background, there is some rough edges around the hair itself, and I will note that there is this weird sort of artifacting going on while slowly rotating the character around. Now, it doesn't happen very often, and in traditional gameplay while in the midst of action, you don't notice it whatsoever, but it's an interesting thing to take note of. But besides that, the game runs at an incredibly smooth, solid 60fps. Now let's take a look at GeForce NOW's 3080 tier. Right off the bat, it looks sharper because the game is rendering at a native 4K resolution. That blur effect is completely gone, everything looks very clear even at a distance, and I will say the biggest notable improvement in my opinion has to be the lighting. Because of it, everything looks much more detailed in the world. I've really got to specifically highlight Cal's face here. In fact, the whole character model over on Stadia looks kind of smudged if anything. It's important to remember that while Stadia can stream a game at 4K, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the resolution the game runs at. And while upscaling can certainly help with this, it doesn't always match the 4K experience. Here's another shot you can really tell the difference between both services. Immediately, the aliasing over on Stadia is very easy to notice, to the point where all the hair on Cal looks really messed up. I think it's important to realize that these concessions were made on the Stadia version of the game to achieve a smooth 60fps experience. And while I certainly agree with the decision to focus on a 60fps experience, I would have loved to see a graphics option that can maybe push the game to 1440p while also running at 30fps. At the end of the day, I think more options for the player is always a good thing. GeForce NOW's 3080 tier, for comparison's sake, does allow you to crank up all the settings to however you like them, and you'll still get a smooth 60fps experience. Now, in my honest opinion, regardless of where you decide to play this game, you're gonna have a fantastic experience. As I said, I genuinely believe both Stadia and GeForce NOW are best in class in the cloud gaming space, and the game runs with little to no input lag on both solutions here. But it's also very easy to see just how much of an impact the 3080 tier has on a game like this, and by that I mean a relatively newer AAA title. In my honest opinion, it's kind of like comparing the Xbox One version of the game to the Series X patched version of it. And while I don't have it here in this video, actually looking at it on my Series X, I might even say that GeForce NOW's 3080 tier manages to look even better than that. And that's a true testament to GeForce NOW's latest offering. It really is impressive stuff when you think about it. Seriously, I paid over $600 for my Series X console, and I still have to decide between 4K or 60fps on it. But at the end of the day, I'm the type of person who really cares about that extra visual fidelity. I play on my 4K TV, which is an OLED C1, and if I'm not on there, I'm over on my PC, which has a 4K monitor as well as a 1440p 165Hz monitor hooked up. For myself, it's a very easy choice to make. I want all the bells and whistles when playing my games, and right now, there's only one place I can get them all in the cloud. Let me know where your priorities lie and what makes most sense for you down in the comments section below. As a heads up, this is one of the first times I actually do a comparison video on the channel. Let me know if you have any feedback or suggestions on how to improve it, or what type of comparisons you'd like to see. I'll take it all into account and hopefully improve the next video for all of you to enjoy. And if you did enjoy the video or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out. And if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. As always, this has been the Virtual Cloud, giving you the latest and greatest on everything cloud gaming related, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.